Divers descended nearly 100 feet into the Atlantic, expecting to recover 12 bodies from a sunken ship. Then, inside the dark wreck, one of the bodies reached out and grabbed a diver's hand. Hello, my friends. I'm Amber Joy, and this happened in 2013 off the coast of Nigeria. A 29-year-old cook named Harrison Okene was about to survive something that sounds physically impossible. Nearly 3 days trapped inside a sunken ship at the bottom of the ocean. On May 26, Harrison was working aboard a tugboat called the Sunken. Early that morning, he got up, he went to the bathroom, probably expecting another completely normal day. Then suddenly, the sea became violent. A powerful wave hit the tugboat, the entire vessel rolled over, and it began sinking so quickly that the crew barely had time to react. Just imagine what that's like inside the ship. The lights go out, water starts pouring in, everything is upside down, and you're desperately trying to figure out which direction will get you outside. Harrison tried to escape, but instead he became trapped inside the overturned vessel as it sank nearly 100 feet to the ocean floor. And somehow Harrison was still alive. As the ship went down, a small pocket of air became trapped inside one of the compartments, and Harrison managed to reach it, and that little pocket of air became the only thing separating him from the ocean and death. He had no way to call anyone, no idea whether rescuers knew where the boat had gone down, and absolutely no way of knowing how long that air would last. The water was freezing, so Harrison pulled together mattresses and other floating objects, and he made a small platform to keep his body out of the water as much as possible. Then he waited. He prayed, thought about his family. He tried to conserve his energy while hours passed in complete darkness. I mean, he had no idea if anybody was coming or if anybody knew he was down there. What Harrison didn't know was that people on the surface believed everybody aboard the Sunken had died. There had been 12 crew members on that tugboat, and by this point, nobody was expecting to find any survivors. Nearly 60 hours after the ship sank, a team of South African saturation divers finally reached the wreck. But they weren't there on a rescue mission. They had been sent down to recover the bodies of the crew. The divers began moving through the dark, cramped interior of the overturned ship with cameras recording what they were doing, and one of them reached Harrison's compartment and saw what he believed was another body. Then Harrison moved and reached towards him. Oh, can you imagine? You're nearly 100 feet underwater inside a ship where everyone's supposed to be dead, and suddenly this man's hand reaches out towards you and grabs you? Ah! The diver quickly realized Harrison wasn't a body at all. He was alive. And there was another problem. They couldn't just rush Harrison straight to the surface because he'd spent so much time breathing air under pressure that coming up too quickly would possibly kill him. The drivers carefully got him out of the wreck, and Harrison then had to spend time in a decompression chamber before he could safely return to the surface. Of the 12 crew members aboard the Sunken, Harrison was the only survivor. And honestly, you'd think after spending almost 3 days trapped at the bottom of the Atlantic, this man would never go anywhere near deep water again. I mean, I know I wouldn't. But Harrison, this man was a hero. Eventually, he did do something. I mean, I didn't expect it. He trained to become a commercial diver himself. I mean, I think that's what makes this story so incredible. Harrison survived because of one tiny pocket of air formed in exactly the right place. I say tiny pocket, but tiny pocket. And he figured out how to stay alive long enough to use that air. Then rescuers reach him before his time runs out. The divers went into that ship expecting to bring 12 men home to their families in body bags. Instead, they brought one home alive. Until next time, remember that every ordinary person has an extraordinary story. I'm Amber Joy, and I'll see you in the next story.